Right now at 6, a new training resource in Columbus will soon help firefighters be better prepared for real-life scenarios.
And we've still got those cloudy skies. Our showers, thunderstorms beginning to wrap up. We'll have a look at the forecast, get you out the door coming up.
Plus, millions are prepared to hit the road for the holiday weekend, including right here in the 4 states. What you need to know before you head out.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6 a.m. I'm Elise Snowy.
Chris Warner, it's now Thursday, excuse me, May the 22nd.
Yes.
Of course, today, the 14th anniversary of the Joplin tornado. And again, it's hard to believe it's been 14 years sometimes, and other times it feels like it's been longer. And I know there's probably many of you who, for some of you, it's probably still like yesterday out there, but
yes.
Got some thunderstorms going on. Thankfully, nothing too crazy this morning. Our severe thunderstorm chances are pretty well done, but we did have some mornings late last night and early this morning. Let's take a look outside real quick. That camera downtown Pittsburgh. Still got the clouds. But again, showers and thunderstorms really beginning to wrap up out there. Our camera, 7th and range line, again, showing some of those clouds out there as well. We had some fair amounts of lightning this morning, but again, things have really begun to wind down. Take a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker. Yeah, there's some stuff out there, but a lot of it's just isolated showers. In fact, now remember, Skywatch Storm Tracker, it only picks up on cloud to ground lightning. And a lot of the lightning we saw, especially early this morning, was cloud to cloud, which means it won't show up on here. So you may not see lightning strikes on this near the Monette and south of Aurora, but you may be seeing lightning because it's cloud to cloud. But either way, got this shower, some heavier rain out there, now entering northeastern Berry County, coming out of southern Lawrence. Got some moderate showers into southeastern Jasper County, around Sarcoxy as well. And then just taking a look, you can see we've got just spotty showers across the area. We've got one near Lamar, another one in northwestern Barton County, one south of Pittsburgh, a few into northeastern Oklahoma, and a couple of stray showers up around the Iola area, south of Burlington as well. All of this has just been following this path like just like claw marks across the 4 states. These storms, if we were able to take this back even further, you'd see even going back to last night, these storms just following this path. But the big change is, yeah, they kept recycling. They're trying, but now they're not getting so much going. They're not getting as much energy. We've kind of sucked all that energy out, and these storms will continue to kind of fizzle out as we head through the morning hours. Now, Future Track, again, is still hinting at the possibility of an isolated shower or storm between noon and 6. I do think it's going a little overboard here with the rain coverage, and it will update again in the next hour or so, but I still do believe most of us are going to be dry as we head through the afternoon and evening hours. But again, between noon and 6, a stray shower or storm not out of the question, just not very likely. In fact, as you can see, our general thunderstorm threat, though this isn't even a severe risk area, is down in the far southern portion of our area. Now, tomorrow into Saturday, we do have a level 1 out of 5 risk. And yes, there is a level 2 risk, just barely clipping Chautauqua County. So that's something else we're going to have to monitor as we head into the holiday weekend. 59 in Joplin and 60 in Pittsburgh right now. Got some cooler temperatures up north. Fort Scott, Chanute, Yates Center, 55. Most of us in the mid to upper 50s, and down south still got some low 60-degree readings out there. Kids, a lot of them, I know this is your last week of school, and you'll probably be very happy. Well, you won't be up this early, I presume, watching television, but if you are, you'll be very happy to not see the bus stop forecast for a while. But this morning, again, a few scattered storms still possible. Upper 50s, east winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, bringing back home an isolated shower or storm. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy, low 70s, north winds 5 to 10, and low to mid 70s where our highs are headed as we roll into this afternoon. Now, as I mentioned, we've got increasing thunderstorm chances. We have the possibility of strong to severe thunderstorms and a greater concern for flooding as we head into this busy holiday weekend. We'll go over those details with you here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, a Jasper County special prosecuting attorney will bring charges against a former firefighter in connection with the death of another firefighter. A charge of involuntary manslaughter was filed yesterday against Brant Cullen in an off-duty incident that took place in Carl Junction back on October 19th. An investigation by a Carl Junction detective outlined the charge this year, but the Jasper County Prosecutor's Office declined filing charges. The probable cause affidavit was refiled earlier this week. According to court documents, Cullen recklessly caused the death of Tucker Berry by operating a golf cart at excessive speeds and swerving after consuming alcohol. Berry fell while standing on the back of the golf cart, and the special prosecuting attorney has requested an arrest warrant for Cullen, which is required by law. It has not yet been filed, nor is Cullen in custody. You can find more information about this story as it develops on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. A judge sentences an Arma, Kansas man to life in prison for a 2023 murder in Pittsburgh. In March, a jury convicted Colin Gepford of first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, criminal discharge of a firearm, aggravated assault, and criminal possession of a firearm. The Crawford County Attorney's Office says Gepford will not be eligible for post-release supervision until he has served nearly 53 years for the first-degree attempted murder charge. Gepford is also ordered to register as a violent offender for life. The conviction stems from a fatal shooting on February 17, 2023. Now, at the time, officers arrived to find David Mays dead from a gunshot wound. Investigators say Gepford, along with Mays and Travis Cones, lured a man to the scene where Gepford opened fire. Now, the victim ran away as Gepford continued shooting. Kansas Highway Patrol K-9 later recovered the firearms used. Gepford was arrested at the scene. Authorities say an Oswego, Kansas man charged in connection to a fatal fentanyl overdose is now behind bars. Authorities in Louisiana arrested Benjamin Queen and yesterday contacted the Parsons, Kansas Police Department. He was wanted in Parsons since March when prosecutors charged him with an alleged drug deal in the fatal fentanyl overdose of 33-year-old Stormy Watson. Parsons police say he may be charged in Louisiana, but will be returned to face charges in Labette County, Kansas. And to be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, be sure to download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. Well, Memorial Day isn't here just yet, but the travel season is already in full swing. According to AAA, Missouri has seen some of the highest numbers of drivers on the road since the year 2000.
Today, for example, that could save you some time on the roads. Our AAA forecast looks at some of the best and worst times to travel to avoid some of the heaviest congestion. To put it simply, the earlier you can leave in your travel day, the better.
Now, according to the Missouri State Patrol, there were over 1,000 crashes and 10 fatalities during the 2024 Memorial Day weekend. Columbus firefighters will soon have a facility that allows them to better train for real-life scenarios. The facility was made possible through community donations and will be located right behind the fire station. It will allow the department to hold various types of burn simulations. The facility is set up to look like a small home or an apartment with windows, doors, and even furniture. The goal is to help firefighters train in conditions they would see in the field, something they've not been able to do in the past.
We'd have to wait for a house here in town to become demolished or on the slated to be demolished, and then we would go see if we could train in it, and a lot of times they're very unsafe, so we wouldn't be able to train or burn in them to recreate that real life like scenarios.
The department says the training facility will be completely finished within the next month. They plan to hold their first real training in it with their firefighters next week. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes coming up on the KOAM Morning News. House Republicans race to pass President Trump's massive budget bill. And we're tracking rain chances for today. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. Well, topping Nation Watch this morning. Right now, the U.S. House of Representatives is in session as the narrow Republican majority races to pass its massive budget bill this morning. Naomi Ruckham has more from New York.
Massachusetts.
Another marathon night on Capitol Hill as House Republicans push for a final vote this morning on its massive budget package, dubbed the One Big Beautiful Bill Act.
The American people know better. The American people know Trump's tax cuts worked and need to be extended.
Stealing from those with the least to give to those with the most. It's not just bad policy, it's a betrayal.
The legislation made its way to the floor late Wednesday after a more than 20-hour-long Rules Committee meeting that began just after 1 a.m.
In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. The motion is agreed to.
Over the last few days, including yesterday, factions of the GOP caucus huddled behind closed doors to hammer out the final details of the budget package. The bill would make the 2017 tax cuts permanent and includes additional funding for border security, deportations, and defense, along with spending cuts to entitlement programs. The president felt confident about the bill on Wednesday.
President Trump, how are you feeling, sir, about your big, beautiful bill today?
Very well, we're doing very well. It's great to us.
President Trump also met with holdouts from the House Freedom Caucus yesterday after making a rare trip to Capitol Hill Tuesday to rally support. Democrats have tried to stall the process, suggesting new amendments and giving speeches, but they don't have enough votes to stop the bill outright. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
Now, Republicans can only afford 3 no votes on the House floor if all members are present and voting. Now, all Democrats are expected to oppose the legislation. The markets tumbled on Wednesday due in part to concerns that the spending bill could lead to further federal deficits. And still to come, a new study reveals that there is an alarming amount of sugar in kids' breakfast cereals. Plus, Chris Warner returns with another look at your Thursday forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. Graduation day is a major milestone for millions of high school students around the country. And last Sunday, 2 Navy veterans who waited years to turn their tassels finally received their diplomas. Wafa Azad has more.
It was a powerful moment, nearly 60 years in the making at Muscatine Community Stadium.
You're going to graduate with the class of 25 here in Muscatine where I attended high school. And it was just a shock.
2 veterans, 81-year-old Richard Hill and 78-year-old Dennis Snyder, were the first to walk across the stage during Sunday's graduation ceremony.
I am just so excited that he was able to get this opportunity. And then he could have the entire grandstand and the entire graduating class behind him.
Please stand, face the stadium, and be recognized.
Yeah, it's really a community effort, especially because this was given to them by the governor of Iowa. It was an honorary diploma, so it's just really special that he was able to receive this and was able to have this moment with not only us, but with the whole Muscatine community.
Both men left high school to serve their country and never had the chance to graduate.
I had no idea. I did work and get my GED when I got back out of the service, but as far as receiving my actual diploma and everything from the high school, now I just couldn't believe it. I told my wife, and she said, "What?" Of course, she started crying right away.
Well, Snyder served in the Navy from 1961 to 1965. Though he wasn't sent to Vietnam, he served during the war and could have been deployed at any time. Let's head over now to Chris for a quick look at the forecast.
Yeah, we've got a nice looking sunrise. It's starting to change color on us, but just a few minutes ago, the bright, brilliant red colors out there. On the backside of our scattered showers and storms that continue to push off to the east, and we could still see a stray shower storm this afternoon, but we have greater chances for thunderstorms into the holiday weekend and concerns for flooding. Details on all of that in the complete forecast when the KOAM Morning News returns. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, coming up on 6:22 now on this Thursday morning. Start with Skywatch Storm Tracker. Still a few showers, couple of rumbles of thunder out there. Starting just with this little guy near Carthage here, just on the north side of Carthage. Some moderate showers there right around Alba. And then stretching back down to the south and east, we've got some heavier showers into Lawrence County, southwest and south of Freistadt, and lighter shower over Aurora. And we stretch into northeastern Berry County, so northeast of Purdy. We've got some additional heavier showers out there. Nothing strong, nothing severe, nor are we anticipating anything like that. And as you can see, the showers keep trying, but as we've gone over the last few hours, even though they're trying to redevelop like they did through most of the night, they are becoming considerably more unsuccessful at getting going. And I believe that that's going to continue to be the trend over the next few hours, with these shower and thunderstorm chances gradually winding down. So, look at future track data. I was actually, just before we came back, wanted to look at a new update. There's still, believe it or not, a slight chance we could get a couple of showers or thunderstorms between noon and 6. And the bulk of any activity we got is in the process of wrapping up now. We have no severe threat with anything we see this afternoon. But between noon and 6, again, this future track going a little overboard on coverage, but we could see a couple of showers or thunderstorms out there. Most of us will remain dry once we get past noon today. As we go into Friday, it starts off okay, and then shower and thunderstorm chances begin to increase across the region by noon. You can see Yates Center, Fredonia, Coffeyville, Bartlesville, those points in west. We start seeing them, and they'll begin to roll through the area with additional showers, thunderstorms, and a couple of strong to low-grade severe thunderstorms will also be possible with this activity as we go into Saturday. Now, or Friday afternoon, rather. Now, into Saturday, additional showers, thunderstorms are going to get going out there in the morning. Some of those, again, strong, low-grade severe. Then as we end the afternoon, we're looking to get at least a momentary pause in activity before we see additional showers and thunderstorms develop again by late Saturday into Sunday. And again, some of those could be strong to severe as well. And on the other side of all of this is, take a look at this. Now remember, on the future track, yeah, these are bright red colors. That doesn't necessarily mean severe with this activity, but what it does indicate is the I knew it was coming, thank you. That's why I kept poking, you try and make it stop, and it didn't stop. All right, it's been a long morning. But we're looking at heavy rain, and that's the thing I want to emphasize too at this holiday weekend. We're not just talking about the possibility of strong to severe thunderstorms. That's a problem in its own. But the bigger concern, it really is going to be with very heavy rainfall, which we're going to break down those totals for you in a moment. So tomorrow, here's tomorrow's risk levels as they stand right now. Very low tornado risk. We got no areas highlighted. As for hail, it's a 1 out of 5 and a 1 out of 5 on wind. So lower end risks here, but could still get some small hail. Gusty winds. That continues into our Saturday as well. Now we do have in the far southwestern corner of Chautauqua County a level 2 out of 5. So we'll monitor Saturday's chances and see if that changes one way or the other, if that spreads or maybe it goes away. But the bulk of the area in that 1 out of 5 risk zone. So here's the other thing we are concerned about. This is the rain going from Saturday into Monday evening. Again, these are estimates, but as you can see, you get along and south of 54, and these rain totals ramp up anywhere 5, 6, 7 inches easy of rainfall, which means if you're planning on doing anything this holiday weekend, you're going to go down to the lake, you're going to go to the creek, the river, whatever it may be. If it involves water, you need to be very cautious, especially if you're planning on even getting into the water or going out on the water. You've got to be extra cautious. You've got to pay attention to any potential flood alerts out there because it's going to rain. It's going to rain a lot. It's going to do so in short order, and that's going to run into those flooding concerns. So do be cautious, and if flood alerts are issued where you're at and they tell you need to go, go. And, of course, on top of that, get the KOAM Skywatch weather app so you can stay on top of the flood alerts and any strong or severe thunderstorms we may get as well this weekend. So we'll continue scattered storms. You saw in Skywatch Storm Tracker that keep trying to recycle, but they are winding down. Low 60s to start, upper 60s by 11 a.m. Highs today, low to mid 70s. And again, between noon and 6, maybe a couple of isolated showers or storms. No severe weather is expected with this. The majority of us will be dry with skies gradually clearing out. We'll start to go partly cloudy to mostly clear through the evening and overnight, dropping back into the low 50s. So a bit on the cool side. Thunderstorm chances again return tomorrow afternoon through at least Memorial Day itself. Temperatures not too bad. It's just the weather we've got to keep an eye on. the storm chances. We'll get a break Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, and we'll see additional shower and thunderstorm chances as we roll into the second half of next week. Let's check your forecast. We're going to send it over to Elise now with Health Watch.
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, kids' breakfast cereals are becoming even less healthy. A study published in JAMA found the fat, salt, and sugar content in breakfast cereals have all shot up since 2010. Meanwhile, the levels of protein and fiber have been reduced. Now, the biggest concern, just one serving of the average cereal has 45% the daily recommended limit of sugar for a child. While taking vitamin D supplements can help slow the body's aging process. A study by Mass General Brigham found not only does vitamin D maintain chromosomes, it also reduces inflammation and lowers the chance of chronic diseases. The study suggests getting more vitamin D could prevent 3 years of biological aging. And that's a look at some of today's top health stories. We'll be right back. Right now at 6:30, the Peace Church Cemetery in Joplin pays tribute to the nation's fallen ahead of Memorial Day weekend.
We've got opportunities for some scattered showers and thunderstorms through the morning, and then by the afternoon we start to clear out. I'm looking at that forecast, get you out the door coming up.
Plus, a 15,000-mile journey to help veterans brings dozens of motorcyclists to Joplin.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6:31. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is now Thursday. It is May the 22nd. Of course, we had some strong severe thunderstorms last night, and we had a few this morning. Thankfully, the last warning we had was in Labette County, and it expired at 2:15 this morning. So it's been a little quieter, severe weather-wise, since that time, which is some good news, and it should remain that way. That's at least for today. Let's take a look outside, shall we? Downtown Pittsburgh. We got some clouds out there. We've got the sun rising, skies gradually clearing, and eventually we'll all have an opportunity to clear out as we head in the afternoon. Now, we got a few darker clouds, as you can see, from our camera at 7th and Range Line, looking back about to the northeast, and you can see why. We've got this little shower that's now on the east sides of Carthage, east of 49, near Sarcoxy, and then back up around Pittsburgh on the southwest side, just north of Scammon. You can see another little shower out there. It's really starting to wind down. We got some heavier showers again northeast from Berry County, just to the east of Monette now, south of Aurora. And we've had some other little showers here and there. And if you look, you can see where over the last several hours, these shower storms just kept redeveloping within roughly the same grooves here since last night. But even though now they're continuing to try to redevelop this morning, you can see they're not really taking off. They're not really doing much, and what we have is beginning to die out. And that should continue to be the trend. Now, looking at future track data, looking at some updated information from just around 6 a.m., it hasn't loaded into this yet. This is a little slower, but we are still looking at least at the possibility of a couple of scattered showers or thunderstorms between noon and 6. Initially, we were hoping things would be done by noon, and most of it will be, but we could get an isolated shower or thunderstorm between noon and 6 for some of us. Most of us will be dry. Future track right now going a little over the top on that coverage, on that rain coverage, but that's still a possibility. Good news is no strong or severe thunderstorms expected really with anything that we might see heading into the afternoon. But that tune changes as we head into the upcoming weekend. In fact, the thunderstorm, just general thunderstorm risk, doesn't even reach this far north. It's still in our far southern counties down there. But for tomorrow and Saturday, we have a level 1 out of 5 risk for strong, potentially severe storms, or at least low-grade severe, with a 2 out of 5 just barely clipping Chautauqua County out there as we roll into Saturday. So a lot we've got to keep an eye on, in addition to flooding concerns heading into this holiday weekend. 59 in Joplin right now, 61 in Pittsburgh, and you see that cooler air up north, that northerly breeze. We've got some mid-upper 50s to the north. Get a little further south for more upper 50s and some low 60s out there. This is probably the next to last bus stop forecast. I know a lot of you kids are looking forward to that. We're looking at the upper 50s. Again, maybe still a few scattered storms hanging on out there. East winds 5 to 10. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies. And when the bus brings them back home, again, an isolated shower storm will still be possible this afternoon. But the majority of us, I do think, should be dry. We'll be in the low 70s with partly to mostly cloudy skies. And the north winds 5 to 10. Winds will be out of the north throughout the day at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Again, there's that isolated shower storm chance. And our highs today heading into the low to mid 70s. As I mentioned, we have our low severe risk over the next couple of days and heading into the holiday weekend. We'll talk about the weekend thunderstorms and the flooding concerns we have this holiday weekend as well here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, the Nation of Patriots bike ride rolled through Joplin yesterday as part of a 120-day, 15,000-mile journey to raise money for veterans. The ride rolled through all 50 states. Roughly 50 motorcyclists met at Love's to join the ride, with Joplin police escorting the group through town.
Well, this one in particular is actually very special. So we dedicated this ride to a gentleman named Rick Chrisman. He recently passed away, and he was always my road captain. So it was great that we had so many show up in dedication of him.
Now, all donations raised will support veterans along the route. And volunteers honor more than 24 veterans laid to rest at the Peace Church Cemetery in Joplin. They placed flags at the headstones of the fallen veterans and at the monument at the historic cemetery.
This being Memorial Day weekend coming up, we want to make sure that their flag is placed on their grave, and that anyone that comes out and visits, that they know that there's a veteran buried here, and they help make this country free for them.
Now, the volunteers from the Peace Church Cemetery Association and the American Legion Post 13 put in the effort. And of course, now you can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, and sports with the KOAM Plus TV streaming app. It's available on Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV Plus, and Roku. It's also available on our news and weather apps, as well as our website. Watch live streaming anytime, absolutely free. Well, you have an opportunity to pick up some native plants for your landscaping. The Missouri Department of Conservation will conduct a native plant sale this coming Saturday at Joplin Shoal Creek Conservation Education Center. The department says since the plants grow naturally in Missouri, they're adapted for this state's many conditions, making them low maintenance and beneficial for Missouri's pollinators and wildlife.
They are so beneficial to our pollinators, like our bees and butterflies, because they are a really great source of habitat and pollen and nectar and all those things that they are after. And then also, once they're established, they are very low maintenance.
Now, the sale will run from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday at the Shoal Creek Conservation Center. The city of Miami will soon have a new impressive sight to see. The National Endowment for the Arts, in partnership with Arts Midwest, is making plans for a new Where We Live mural. Now, it will be located next to Woody's Bar and Grill on South Main Street and will be designed by local artist Jessica Stout. Now, Stout says she hopes to capture personal stories about life in Ottawa County.
You've got the physical aspects of the region, you know, the geography, the river, the fields, the town itself, buildings, mural streets, but also activities and people's life experiences, things they remember that they're fond of, you know, from growing up here or living here, working here. So it's going to be a combination of all those things.
The National Endowment for the Arts also gave the Miami Public Library a Big Read grant designed to promote reading in the community. One future event, a Reader's Theater play for the Grapes of Wrath. Well, the city of Parsons, Kansas kicks off its annual Katy Days Festival. Now, this video is from the 2022 festival. The festival is named after the first train that rolled into Parsons back in 1870, which would be remembered as the Katy. Now, you can find everything from horseshoe and cornhole tournaments to sand volleyball and a tractor show. For more information, including dates and schedule of events, just head over to KOAMNewsNow.com/events. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Nike is set to start selling products on Amazon as the company starts to raise prices. Plus, Universal Orlando has officially opened its new Epic Universe theme park. We'll have the details. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. In Consumer Watch this morning, Nike is set to resume selling its products directly on Amazon after a 6-year absence. The sportswear giant has pulled back to focus on its own direct-to-consumer operations. Now it comes as Nike says it'll hike prices on some of its shoes and apparel starting next week, as first reported by CNBC. Well, the price of fast food is also rising, with the average cost of a typical meal hovering above $11 in the U.S. A new survey from Lending Tree found that San Francisco is the most expensive city to grab a quick bite of fast food, with an average price of $14.88. The Golden Gate City is followed by Seattle with an average price tag of $13.48, while Columbus, Ohio is most affordable at just over $10. And today, Universal Orlando's new Epic Universe theme park officially opens to the public. The park features an expanded Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Super Nintendo World, How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, Dark Universe, which celebrates Universal's iconic horror characters, and Celestial Park. According to Universal Orlando's website, a one-day pass to Epic Universe can top $130 per person, though daily pass rates drop when buying multi-day packages. That's a look at Consumer Watch this morning. Let's head over to Chris for a quick look at the forecast.
A couple of isolated showers and rumbles of thunder here and there this morning. Otherwise, skies trying to clear out. You can see from downtown Pittsburgh. And we've got our camera at 7th and Rangelines looking back toward a shower that is beginning to die out that was east of the city of Joplin this morning. We still have some chances for storms through the holiday weekend. We'll break down those details when we come back. Time for some Thursday birthdays in the 4 states, and we are going to start with Remington Sewell is turning 11. It says, "We love you and are so proud of you. Hope you have a wonderful birthday with love from your family."
And a happy 12th birthday to Daxon Burns in St. Paul. It says, "Happy birthday. We love you, Papa and Grandma Judy."
And in Labette, Kansas, Miley Mooney celebrating birthday number 14 today. Very happy birthday to you.
And also celebrating their 14th birthday today. Happy birthday to Marlo Scott Adamson in Parsons.
And in Thayer, Lisa Johnson celebrating birthday number 58 today. A very happy birthday to you, Lisa.
And in Columbus, a happy anniversary to Galen and Rhonda Zook celebrating their 43rd anniversary. Now, Rhonda is our HR and accounting manager here. She's one of the nicest ladies ever.
She absolutely is, and I'm sure there are times she just pretends that we're not even here sometimes.
Sure she does.
We have a lot of fun. Rhonda is like almost like a mother of the station in a way. She certainly has been. A very happy anniversary to you and your husband. We have another anniversary, by the way. Donna and Dallas McCoy celebrating their 52nd over in Erie. A very happy anniversary to the McCoys. And of course, if you want to celebrate with us, Elise has some information that'll spice up your life.
Oh, yes, I do. Go ahead and submit your birthdays and anniversaries to birthdays at KOAMNewsNow.com. Be sure to include those wonderful photos and messages to meet the deadline at the bottom of your screen, and to also please include the date of your celebration when you submit as well.
Certainly very important information and some things you need to know this morning as well from the weather department. 4 cups of coffee later, I'm starting to wake up and get a little more energetic. I'm sure you probably know. I've been here, I don't know, since a little after midnight. I was dragging, but 4 cups of coffee will do it for you. Here's what we've got. Excuse me. Some scattered showers still out there. Not really seeing anything in the way of thunderstorms. So we have a moderate shower on the north side of CJ, stretching up toward Asbury, just to the west of Alba and northwest of Carterville. Then, off to the south and east of that one, we have this little shower that's just exiting Sarcoxie to the west of Mount Vernon, and some light rain probably falling in Freistadt. It will probably clip the northeastern portions of Monette. And then way out here, just the far corner of northeast Berry County, we do have another little shower out there as well. All of this, again, I described it this morning, and really I think it's the best way. Think of your whatever favorite animal you have that has claws, and it just took those claws and just tore them right across the 4 states. These showers and storms since last night have been following almost 3 distinct lines out here, and they've been recycling and recycling and recycling, and you can see they keep trying, like this little one here. See how he flared up pretty quickly, but he's not doing a lot. That's because we're starting to burn off that energy that these storms had, or I've absorbed it all, one of the two. But these showers and storms will begin to wind down. In fact, here in the next hour or so, we'll probably have a bit of a break before we see additional opportunities for isolated to widely scattered showers and storms once again between about noon and 6. So again, future track right now, still I think overdoing it on the storm coverage and the rain coverage here, but an isolated shower, rumble of thunder will be possible out there. Then we have mostly clear skies going overnight and into tomorrow morning. And then we'll also start to see clouds increasing by late morning and then thunderstorm chances increasing as we head into the afternoon. Starting out west, so Yates Center, Fredonia, Coffeyville, Bartlesville, just this little crescent shape here back to the west. That's where they start by noon, and they'll continue to spread across the area as we head through our Friday afternoon. We do have an opportunity for, unfortunately, a strong or low-grade severe thunderstorm as we head into Friday as well. Then we'll see thunderstorm coverage kind of ramp up for momentarily late Friday into early Saturday. I will have a few more thunderstorms early Saturday morning as we head into the late morning hours. The last of these kind of give us a small break. We'll still have some isolated storms for a little bit, and then it will start to pick back up, say about 5-6 o'clock Saturday evening with more showers and thunderstorms. And as you can see here by 1 o'clock Sunday morning, just right on the I-44 corridor from about Springfield down toward Tulsa. And so some of those storms could also be strong to low-grade severe. So for tomorrow, as it stands right now, our tornado risk very low. No areas highlighted, and it's a level 1 out of 5 for both hail and wind risks out there. So we're looking at some small hail, some gusty winds with these storms as we roll into Friday. And it's a fairly similar pattern right now as we roll into Saturday itself. You can see just barely getting southwest Chautauqua County a level 2 out of 5, but the rest of the area, it's a 1 out of 5. So we'll see if this expands, which we don't want it to. We don't want to increase the severe risk on Saturday. We'd rather see the green kind of fill that in, but we'll see how that rolls out as we head into the upcoming weekend. The other concern we have beyond the possibility of strong to severe thunderstorms this holiday weekend is this. You get south of the 54 corridor, and we're talking fair amounts of rain, 4, 5, 7, 8 inches possible between Friday and Monday. Now, keep that in mind, too. This is running over a several-day period. But still, that's a lot of rain still in a short time frame as well, as that could lead to flooding concerns. So I know with it being Memorial Day weekend, a lot of folks probably going to go out camping. Well, the severe weather threats, you need to have that Skywatch weather app to keep ahead of that and get those severe weather alerts. Then we also have that flooding risk. So if you're heading to even if you're just hanging out by the lake or the river, you've got to pay close attention to any flood alerts that may come out. And if you're planning to be on the water this weekend, one, probably not a great idea with the thunderstorm chances increasing through the weekend. But two, if those waters begin to rise, you do not want to be caught up in it. So just play it safe. Make sure you are weather aware as we head through the holiday. There's those clouds again from that shower that's redeveloped on the north side of Joplin. We showed you a moment ago, right around CJ. Otherwise, again, a few scattered storms this morning, low 60s by 8, upper 60s by 11 o'clock this morning. We're going to have another look at your forecast and the news you need to know here in just a moment. And when we transition to Fox 14 at 7 a.m., or if you hang out with us here on KOAM Plus, we are going to see how a generous donation leads to 50 Virginia students receiving the bike of their dreams.
And here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Well, a Jasper County Special Prosecuting Attorney will bring charges of involuntary manslaughter against Brant Cullen in connection with the death of Tucker Berry. According to court documents, Cullen recklessly caused the death of Tucker Berry by operating a golf cart at excessive speeds and swerving after consuming alcohol. Berry fell while standing on the back of the golf cart. The warrant has not yet been filed, nor is Cullen in custody. A judge sentences Colin Gepford of Arma, Kansas to life in prison for a 2023 murder in Pittsburgh. In March, Gepford was convicted of first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, criminal discharge of a firearm, aggravated assault, and a criminal possession of a firearm. The Crawford County Attorney's Office says Gepford will not be eligible for post-release supervision until he has served nearly 53 years for the first-degree attempted murder charge. Authorities charge Benjamin Queen of Oswego, Kansas in connection to a fatal fentanyl overdose. Authorities in Louisiana arrested Queen yesterday and contacted the Parsons, Kansas Police Department. Queen has been wanted since March in connection with the fatal fentanyl overdose of 33-year-old Stormy Watson. Queen will be returned to face charges in Labette County, Kansas. Let's check up today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door.
And as you head out the door, again, a few stray showers this morning, maybe a rumble of thunder, then we'll get a pause, and then between noon and 6, a low chance of an isolated shower or storm out there. Nothing severe expected. Majority of us will be dry, but it's a possibility, and we'll be in the low to mid 70s for our highs. Skies clearing out through the evening and overnight. Calm winds and cool back down into the low 50s, and then we got our thunderstorm chances returning by tomorrow afternoon, continuing through Memorial Day. Some of those could be strong to low-grade severe at this point. And again, the other concern we have this holiday weekend is for flooding. So just please be weather aware. I know a lot of folks probably heading out. Many of you probably staying in our area. But you got to be cautious as you head out too.
Certainly. And coming up today at noon, we're making crispy honey mustard wings in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
And your morning news continues on KOAM with CBS Mornings. Coming up, Vladimir Duthiers sits down with the very funny Ronnie Ching from The Daily Show and learns about his unconventional path to becoming a comedian.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. This morning, plans are in the works for a new visual destination in Miami, Oklahoma. We'll hear from the artist and learn about her vision.
Plus, Barry Lindiff and Cody Smith join us in the studio, explain the mission of Compass Academy, as well as share some exciting news. So looking forward to that.
Yes.
That is going to wrap it up for us for now, though. We will be back here tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
And we'll see you today at noon.